Welcome back, everybody. Hope everybody had a good weekend and a good Monday. Happy Tuesday to everybody. Before we get started, we'll take care of a little housekeeping here. I'm not John or Maureen Robinson. I'm not Don West. I'm not Penny Robinson. I'm not Will Robinson. And I'm definitely not Dr. Sellout Smith. I'm not Judy Robinson. And I'm not the robot. And I'm not your financial advisor. Do your own research. I'm not your friend also. I'm just some dude on YouTube sharing my journey. You know, those of you who are long in the tooth like I am, and maybe you still see some reruns on one of the various thousands of channels that we get on our stuff, have probably seen the old runs of Lost in Space and how corny those things were, but they're also awesome because they were awesome back in the day when we were just kids and that's all we got on our one channel, right? And so but it was cool, and Robot was a cool robot. I mean, he was one of the first AIs we've ever been exposed to. You know, if you want to think about it, right? I mean, he obviously had Star Trek and some of the other ones too, but Lost in Space was also. And by the way, the new Lost in Space is really family friendly, and it's a good series too. The one that's on, I think it's on Netflix or one of, I don't know, Amazon Prime or whatever. But that's a really good series, and you should check that out if you haven't. But if I'm thinking about it, a couple of things. There is no way that Major Don West signed up for this basically no return mission to be lost in space if Judy wasn't available and single and going on this thing at the same time. But I'm going to tell you something else too. This is just pure speculation. Robot, I think, was an advanced AI, and I think he might have had some feelings for Judy as well. Just telling you. I knew a girl named Judy, kind of cute with a real fine danger, Will Robinson. Anyway, I know I digress, but it's just a lot of nuances there that you think about as you're older and used to watch things. So many things in the Flintstones too that as a kid you're just watching it just fly over your head. But anyway, tic-tac-toe. Now Anyway, I'm gonna let it go and keep moving on. So. Hey, listen, real quick, we'll get through this video. Shout out back to DeFi Dyce. The other day, I think it was Monday, 2 days ago, he did put out a video, just the top 5 most important people, from his opinion, and I appreciated his list and perspective. He also gave a bunch of other shout outs and Compounding Passive Income channel. This channel was mentioned as well, and he hit it right on the head. I am not a drip maxing. I'm very long and positive on drip in the animal farm once we get things fully functional. I'm still going to keep it real. We got to get that thing up and running, but I'm very, very positive on what drip does and the tools that are already out there. So shout out to DeFi Dyce and your beautiful family, brother. I appreciate you sharing that. Sharing them. I want to encourage you. You're a grown man, got your own family, got your own kid. Listen, be careful about you already showing your face online, and once you start making that moolah, you might be susceptible. So I'd be really, really careful about putting yourself and your family in harm's way potentially in terms of how much you share about yourself and your family, because there's a lot of freaky, scary people out there, and I know you showed Little Man on there too, but just be careful in terms of how much and names and things like that. And but thank you for sharing your beautiful family. Don't let this money you're about to make let that divide your family. Let it strengthen it, man. Make that generational wealth. Teach your son how to be a positive impact to the community as well. But I appreciate you. Appreciate the content you're sharing. I'm subscribed to you as well, and appreciate the shout out. So just wanted to do that. And then I know I've been threatening to give shout outs to some of my early subs as well, and just people that I find of interest. But so I went back, and I don't really check into the YouTube Studio stats all that much, but when I went back, and I think there's a place where you can kind of sort the earlier ones, and it shows how many, when they subscribed, and then, how many subscribers they have. And so I went through, and I did not pick the people that didn't have any videos up that were on there, because I'm assuming that they're just set up the account so that they could follow and watch. So I'm not going to throw them out there. But the earlier ones that have subscribed and have a couple of subscribers and put videos out there, you're telling me that you're okay with people seeing your stuff. So I just want to give you guys a quick shout out. The earliest one so far is Daquan Roman, and looks like he has some kind of he's into some kind of cards, and so I want to give him a shout out. And he's got 5 subscribers, but it looks like he hasn't done anything in a while, and he may be a little bit embarrassed now. I mean, because if he put this first video out 9 years ago and then the most recent one 6 years ago, he may be a grown man now. Maybe he's still into it. It's okay. I still have basketball and golf cards that I collect that I want to give to my kids, so, but maybe he's not as into it as much, but he hasn't put anything out. But anyway, shout out to Daquan Roman. Appreciate you following. And then the next guy, he's pretty interesting. It's Loyal Royal Reptiles. He has 2,000 subscribers. And looks like he has some kind of snake business here. I haven't checked out his video. I will when I get a chance, but he's one of the subs and one of your fellow subs. So, give him a shout out, check out his channel, give him a follow. And, I like when I see people who have varied interests, right? And so this is something that, listen, I appreciate you subbing, but I will not be buying any snakes anytime soon, dude, but more power to you. I know that, there's a lot of people who are interested in it. I mean, I love nature and everything. I just don't want them up in my house. Especially if they get loose and try, although they'd have trouble swallowing this big brother. I can tell you that right now. But anyway, I don't want to deal with it. But shout out to you, man, and putting your business out there and having your YouTube channel. Actually, let me just go ahead and subscribe to you right now and get that just some reciprocation here, man. I appreciate you subscribing, and hopefully you pick up a few more subscribers if that's what you want. Hopefully you generate some business with your fellow reptilian connoisseurs. But anyway, so we'll stop that there. But anyway, shout out. So real quick, I know that I appreciate everything that's going on and the push to try and have no sell August, right? But I want to warn everybody about being careful. I've seen this a couple of times, right? We've seen it with Robinhood and AMC and those stocks, and on the Reddit pushes there, and then also GameStop, and it pumps up the price, but then it also crashes, right? And the XRP army also tried to do something like that a couple of years ago. What happened is somebody put a date out there on Reddit to try and kind of copycat what was going on with AMC and GameStop to try and maybe artificially inflate the price, and it never works out well. I'm just telling you right now. And here's what happened with the XRP case when they tried to do that. The dude put a date out there. He's trying to get everybody to do it. The price is running up. And then about a week to 10 days before the end of the target date, all the whales front ran it, took their profits and left a lot of folks holding the bags, especially those that got in when it was pumping. So I think we've already seen a little bit of a pullback the last couple of days, and I just want to make you guys aware of it, that this could happen with drip and pigs, right? And so that obviously drip impacts the drip garden, and pigs impacts the price in the piggy bank. So you got to hold long term, is my personal opinion, right? I'm long. You see me compounding, and I want to show you something else too. I want to kind of show you my drip garden journey, just to encourage you to keep compounding and keep going, right? Because I'll cover that in a second. But I'm just saying, be very careful. I'm compounding every day right now. I'm not gonna, I have a whole different strategy which I kind of share with you every month that I, compound, execute my piggy bank strategy. But I just really want to warn you to be careful. I encourage people not to, trade on leverage. Or margin, and also not to day trade. You lose your shirt, right? And the studies have shown, for sure that if you try and outsmart the market versus index funds and try and day trade, there's more losers than winners. And it's kind of like those cats that go to Vegas all the time and only talk about their winnings, and it's like, yeah, man, I won $400 at the blackjack table, and they don't tell you about the 3,000 that they lost, though, right? And so we already know that if we're in DeFi, we're a little bit degen anyway. But I just wanted to give you guys a heads up and a fair warning. Like I said, DeFi Dyce told you that I'm a little bit more conservative, even though I'm just as risky by being in DeFi. But I still try and be at least conservative in my approach. So do what you will. It's just solo, like Stunna says, it's solo sport. I'm not telling you what to do, or because again, I told you I'm not your financial advisor. Anyway, all right. So here's the other thing: is the drip faucet the Orange Juice Jones of DeFi? Now, for those of you who aren't familiar with this music genre, this is one of the greatest songs, and the Juice is the man, right? And so I don't want to play too much of it, But the juice is the juice, man. I mean, he is who he is, right? And he doesn't take, he doesn't mess around with floozies who are unfaithful, right? He'll kick you to the curb, right? He'll take care of you if you're with him, if you're down with him, and you're rolling with the juice. He'll buy you silk suits, Gucci handbags, and other things you can't even pronounce. But at the end of the day, if you step out on him, he's cutting you loose. Gonna cut up all the credit cards. And don't touch that coat. Anyway, I'm gonna leave a link to this much watched video, and for those of you who know about the juice, it might be worth another run. Hopefully, my man is getting some money off of this song in this video. I love this thing. It's a constant on my playlist as well too. But I'll play a little clip for you just to give you a heads up. I don't want to get copyright either, but you got to watch the whole video.
That's right. What was you thinking about? Huh? What are you trying to prove?
You was with the juice. What you trying to prove? You was with the juice. And here's the thing. Is Drip Faucet like the juice? You was with the juice. You was with the drip. Listen, I've done it with all the miners. I used to have Miner Monday. We've all have other projects going. And I do too, right? I told you I'm diversified as well. But at the end of the day, drip is paying, right? The buttons still work. As Solo and DeFi Dyce just said, the buttons still work every day, 1% every day, and the garden is paying, and the piggy bank is paying, and the pig pen is paying, right? And at the end of the day, the drip faucet is not like the juice. It still rolls like the juice, right? It's consistent. It's doing its thing. It's got all the swagger like the juice, but the faucet will take you back, even though you've been unfaithful, even though you've been out there, stepping out, running the streets. Myself included. Guess what? Drip Faucet is still here, still producing, still giving you that 1% a day. So I'll leave the link in there if you haven't seen this. And for those of you who don't know, be prepared to be introduced to a phenomenal song, which should be added into your listen. Go and if you have a subscription, sign up, download his song, add him to your playlist, man. Give my man. This is one of the tightest, best videos, best one-liners and everything. Don't touch that coat. Get on out of here with that alley cat coat wearing, hush puppy shoe wearing, crumb cake. I saw you. It's the best. It's anyway. I'm not even trying to imitate. It's just the best. So anyway, let's get over to these wallets. Just kind of show you what's going on. Let me click off and click back on and see where we are with the price. $9.39. See, it's already fallen, right, from the lab. We hit $11 at one point. Just be careful is all I'm saying. In my main wallet, I'm at 683. And again, it's doing well. I will be at, I think, 700 here in the next couple of days. So, and I do cover Piston Token because it's basically a clone and a fork of Drip, but it's hanging in there. Not it's like still at $4. It is what it is. But again, I'm doing what I got to do, right? I'm compounding. I'm compounding every day, and this is going to grow as well, right? I mean, I should be at 400. By September sometime. Yep, September 4th. So, and then it'll start to. So, listen, and again, when I get to the garden, I'm a snowballer, baby. Listen, this thing is actually. I'll show you this. I'll show you this. This is what I normally, for all you crypto voyeurs out there, y'all like to see what's going on, man. Look at, I'm under 4 seconds, about 3.5 seconds. Look at how this thing is pumping. And I'm to the point now where this thing is snowballing so well that even when the price drops $2, I'm still maintaining. It used to be where I'd fall big time. So all of you who are struggling with just kind of, man, the price went back down and, my daily output is not as great, keep compounding. It does pay off because I'm keeping up with the pace. I'm going to outpace any decay and price fluctuation here very, very shortly, right? Let me scroll down so those of you who want to pause and kind of see my stats here, you can do that. And then I'm going to show you the my journey here after I show you where I'm trending, in terms of my compounding schedules. And I compound 3 times a day. Once in the morning at about 6:30 when after I get back from my walk. once at about 1:30 or whenever I have time, and then the next time is right before I go to bed, right? And so it's been about 9 to 11,000 per compound that I have in my garden. But here's the thing I want to show you. There's a really nice listen. If you Dune Analytics is another good one that you can plug in your address and it'll show you. I want to show you back when I started, right? My first purchase was 127 plants back on February 19th, right? And I'm coming up on this Friday will be my 6-month anniversary on this. But look at what I just did. I started with 127. There's a lot of you that have 100 and a couple hundred. I'm not gonna. I don't shame. I don't wallet shame, right? I'm encouraging you to keep compounding, right? So just watch just kind of how this kept growing and growing. I'm gonna keep moving this along. But again, when I told you I'm a snowballer, and I know somebody else, there's a couple cats that I put some titles out and say some things and they start copying, which I'm okay with, right? I mean, that's the greatest form of flattery. But as long as the message is getting out about positivity with drip and, it's promoting our bags, that's good. But look at this, man. Listen, it's getting better and better. And so I want to encourage you all. You can do it too. Look where I started out. And 6 months later, look where I am. And I've added a couple bucks, here and there, right? You see these bumps here the last couple of weeks. A couple of times. Every Saturday is when I kind of compound my wallets and things, and my miners, and I will put $5 in my other 2 wallets that are smaller drip garden wallets, and then I put 10. So I'm basically weekly cost averaging. I put $10, which is getting you a lot of plants from when I first started out. But anyway, just want to encourage you. This thing is awesome. It's continuing to do what it does. And I'm going to cover something this Friday about something somebody else said, and and I like these cats too. But listen, before I end, be kind to one another. Be kind to other people. You've got a bright future because you're already in. You're already impacting your financial future, right? Your tomorrow you. And your next month you, and your next year you, and your family and your kids, right? So be kind to other people who may not have their eyes open yet in terms of what's going on in our current financial system and the change that's taking place. You're way, way far ahead in the game, so that's great. Congrats to you. And then also be generous. Even though you may not have it all right now, still be generous to people. Like I said, my thing that I'm pushing is whenever you eat out or have the opportunity to leave a tip, write Drip Network on that receipt, or just somehow write it on your dollar bills. Let's do that. Start writing Drip Network on your dollar bills. Change your life. 1% ROI, 1% daily. Change your life. Do that right on your dollar bills. If you're still using cash, right then. I'm gonna start doing that too. So let's do that. And also give us a subscription to DeFi Dyce. And him and his young, beautiful family, support them. If he watches this all the way to the end, I'll let him tell you about how he, does airdrops to his team and everything. He's got his wallet address in there, and I'll leave his link to his and also to the Loyal Royal Reptiles. I'll leave links to both of those cats, and go from there. But anyway, be kind to everybody, be generous, and have a good Tuesday, and we will talk to you on Friday.